So what's going on in the world today? Well, overnight, the United States declared that they're going to unfreeze some of the frozen assets from the Afghan central bank. So what's the deal with that? So, as I'm sure you heard on television or radio, last year the United States fled Afghanistan, and in the aftermath, they froze the Afghan central bank's assets due to the fact that the U.S. declared the Taliban to be irresponsible government, which I'm not going to debate. But these frozen assets equated to 7 billion USD. So in the meantime, the Afghan government, they didn't have any access to this, nor to pretty much international financial systems, which also really hurt not only economic development within the country. The economy cratered, I believe, contracted 20% year on year, and is estimated in the next year to contract a minimum of additional 5%. On top of that, humanitarian aid hasn't really been able to be dispersed throughout Afghanistan. So poverty is just exponentially skyrocketed. People are starving, they're depressed, they can't afford anything. And what does this do? This exacerbates the terrorist activity stemming from Afghanistan, not only impacting Afghanistan civilians within the country, but also its neighbors, particularly Pakistan, which is one of the largest countries in the world by population. They've been experiencing a lot of Afghani originated terrorist attacks. Just yesterday alone, there was 2 separate Afghani-caused terrorist attacks within Pakistan. A bombing, I believe a car bombing, some sort of bomb within the northern Swat Valley, which killed several people. And then there's a shooting of a bunch of soldiers by Afghani terrorists within Kurram district, also in the northwest. So Pakistan's getting fed up with this. And then the whole of Asia, this extreme poverty and people going to these dire straits is joining militant Islamist groups. It's not good for the global economy. It's not good for civilians. It's not really good for anybody, as it can just breed instability, which can grow like a cancer. So what is the U.S. going to do? They said they're going to freeze half of the 7 billion USD assets. They're not going to give all of it back. And in fact, right now there's litigation in the courts that half of it, 3.5%, the Washington says they want to give to the victims of the 9/11 terrorist attacks, which are blaming the Taliban for inducing, which that's being tied up in the courts as the Taliban suing. But this other half, it's going to go towards a trust fund, which will be based out of the Swiss city of Geneva. And then the Basel-based Bank for International Settlements is going to collaborate with the Geneva-based trust fund in order to disperse the cash. Now, this unfrozen cash, it's not going to go to the Taliban at all, and it's not going to even be allowed to be touched by the Afghan central bank. But what this relationship between the Bank for International Settlements and then the trust fund will allow is for the cash to be used for to disperse humanitarian aid within Afghanistan, to be able to pay for the imports of electricity, as Afghanistan imports a lot of electricity, and also towards paying off debt finance servicing, because Afghanistan, they owe a lot of external parties debt. So this will help things a little bit, though. I think the economy in Afghanistan is still going to be pretty much miserable and ruined. But hopefully even a little bit, this can help alleviate some of the terrorism issues stemming from Afghanistan that could affect not only neighboring countries, but the broader region and world as a whole. But let me know your thoughts. Also, please let me know your opinions of my content, as I'm always looking to improve.